Hello everyone, it's Julie from Camelia Crafts Designs. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to my new subscribers. Lovely to have you here. Right, I'm here today with another part in my butterfly junk journal. If you've been following this series, you'll know I'm going to try and make some big pockets on the outside with this wide lace that I bought as a happy accident, thinking it was about yay wide. But yeah, I did see Tania at Tatty Treasures use it because she bought some as well. For an inside pocket, so I thought I'm going to try one on the outside. So all I've done is I've cut a piece of lace off. I've not cut it down to exact size yet, so my plan is to have the pocket on the front and the back. Yeah, because yeah, you can put all sorts of bits and bobs in back, can't you, if you want to. And I want to use this wider lace to trim this edge because I think that might go baggy and look a little bit unsightly. So I'm going to put that along there and leave enough on either end for a closure. So first things first, I want to cut this to size. So I'm just going to make sure it's, yeah, that's the one edge I've cut straight. I want it coming down over the bottom just a smidgen, just a smidgen. So now I've got to cut the other side straight. Haha, straight. Now, as luck would have it, it's going to be just to the right hand side of those marks. So I've got my pinking shears. I've no idea why I've got my pinking shears, but it cut the other side good, so I'm using it for this side. I'd rather have it a little bit longer than a little bit too short, because if anything, I'd rather have it overhang than underhang. Is underhang even a word? It might be, but it might not have anything to do with craft. Ooh. Right, there we go. Probably cut that really wonky. Oh, yeah, I need to cut more off the top. So let's have a whirl at cutting a bit more off. I'm going to end it with little bits all on my newly cleaned desk. Yeah, I've took my bit of wallpaper off. And believe it or not, I've cleaned under this mat and on it, and now it's sliding about because there's no grit and rubbish holding it still. Well, not grit, it's not like my garden. It's not like a garden in here, but you know what I mean. All the little crafty bits that you end up with. Right. I'm happy with that now. Yeah. So before I do anything else, I'm going to glue this on. Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to then sew, but I'm definitely going to glue this onto the top, yeah, before I sew the whole thing on the cover. So I need to find out how much I'm going to need for my tie. So let's guess at that much. Let's wrap it around. I don't think it'll be too bulky tied, this. I'm going to cut off more than I need, because, you know, that's always my way. If in doubt, extra. Because I can always cut it down and then the bits won't go to waste. They'll end up on tag tops and such like. So, let's have a look how it does look tied. Because I've decided I want to do this and not even thought about how bulky it's going to look. Oh, that's going to be fine. Yeah, even if we tie this in a bow. I'm quite happy with how that's going to look, yeah. Obviously not going to need that much, but hey ho. I think that'll be a lovely closure to this journal, I do. And I'm going to have little butterfly dangles on this bit. So I'll untie that before it creases, and let's get this glued onto here. I have got my sewing machine out as well, so I will show you me sew it on. Right, here we go. I don't know if this lace has got a right and a wrong side. I really don't. That's the outside now, I've decided. I'm just going to find the middle-ish of my ribbon and the middle-ish of there, which is so. Now, has this ribbon got a right and a wrong side? Again, I don't know, it seems to look better that way. Yep. Right, I'm going to grab one of my ribbon? Yeah. The label backing sheets to glue on. I should have got one out already, but when am I ever organised? Have I got one? Got a whole pack of them here. Yeah. Here we go. Because I just don't want to get this glue all over my mat. I'll get a couple out, so I'm feeling I'm going to need more than one. Here we go. Because with this lace being quite open, I'm going to put it the shiny side up, because that will be the side that will allow it to come off the lace better, the glue. When I glue the lace, it's going to want to stick to there. I'm just going to take the edge off this. These are just giant one-sheet labels that I use for my Etsy orders. And these are the backings, which come in really handy. Right. Am I in middle at short? I am. Right, so yeah, I'm just going to glue it on. I've got look at this sad old bottle of Fabri-Tac. I've got a really teeny tiny amount left. I don't know how thick it is. So I'm going to use 3-in-1. It seems to work same. Again, this is my last bottle of 3-in-1. I very rarely use it now, but there still are these odd jobs that I really do think you need it for. But I don't like. Why did I do that? Why? Why? Why would I do that? I just don't like it all around bottle. So I'm going to put the glue onto this ribbon and then place it onto the other. Get that bit of fluff out of the way. So I'm going to start at this end. I'm doing like a zigzaggy up and down instead of just straight across the middle. I'll just do that bit for now. I'm just going to smooth that out with my finger. And let's pop it on. There we go. I'm not panicking if it's too straight or not. I'm supposed to be doing this journal in a more relaxed style. Right, where did I glue to? About there. So I'm going to come in and put a bit more glue on. And I'll just spread that out. And we're up to about there now. I'm just going to mark exactly where I want to glue up to, just there. Quiet when I'm concentrating, aren't I? There we go. Oops, don't fall over glue. And get that last bit on. There we go. I'm just going to press that down all the way along now. It does dry pretty quick, this, so we should be able to move on pretty quick. I'm going to peel it off there. I've not got too much glue gone through, but as you see, you do get a bit, and it lifts off this shiny surface really well. If you've got a glass mat or anything, use that. I appreciate not everyone's printing out a dozen labels a week for Etsy, are they? Right. I will pause and I'll come back in about 10 minutes when that's dry. And I'm back. Right, that's dry enough now. It's been about 10 minutes. So I'll move these out of the way. Might need them again, don't know. So yeah, we've just got that lace now attached to that. So I'll bring my cover back in. Which way am I having it? You can see the shadow of the Amazon arrow inside, that's it, because I'm then going to cover that with pockets so you won't see it. Right, this way. So, that's going to go there, then wrap around the back. Yeah, I like the look of that, I do. Yeah, so I need to attach this and then get the sewing done. I've not decided if I want to zigzag stitch or straight stitch. On my last video I did say I was going to stitch around that edge and down here, but I'm not going to, because this will end up attached when I bind my journal. Yeah, I'll make sure, well, the centre hole is going to be around there, and then the cotton that I bind with will hold that in. So I really am just going to stitch around the perimeter of the journal. I think what I might do is, yeah, I honestly don't know, straight stitch, zigzag. If I do zigzag, it's going to take up a lot more of the pocket. So I'm leaning more towards a straight stitch on this one. Yeah, I'm going to do a straight stitch. But before I stitch, I do want to make sure some of this is attached. So I'm going to blob some little more, a little bit of glue on certain parts. Yeah, and then I might use some of these little clips to hold it as well. Yeah, so what I don't want to do is get sewing around and have it all bunch up and not look nice when I've finished. And as long as I get those two in the same place, I'm happy. Yeah, so yeah, that's what I want to do. If I do have to cut a little bit more of this off, I'd rather it be at the bottom on the back than anywhere else. Yeah. So this might be tricky. It might be, might not. So I'm going to start. I'm just going to pop. That looks pretty straight. I'm conscious of not wanting to stretch this lace too much. So I'm just going to pop one of those clips on. Just to hold that bit as it is. And then I'm just going to dab some teeny tiny little bits of glue just around this edge bit. So here we go. And I'm going to put it on the back of the lace on the thicker parts. This last thing I want is huge shiny blobs of glue showing through. And as long as it's outside the line where I'm going to sew, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Put some on that bit that's pretty wide, and I'm just gonna place that down, pat it into place more than anything. Yeah, so I've got no glue seeping through, which is good. I've done to there, so I'll just put a little bit under here as well. And then I'll move over to the back. Am I on camera? Yeah. I've got my camera a little bit different so that I can then twist it to show you when I start sewing. So that's the front. That'll look good. I'm going to have to unclip this. Am I? No, I won't. I'll be fine. So I'm going to start here. I'm going a bit faster now, a little bit more confident. Now I've done the front. I'll try and get this bit done all in one. Isn't it quiet? Right. And then now I've put this on, you know what I'm going to do again, don't you? I'm going to pause while it dries. What I'm doing while it's paused is all the little bits I put into the journal yesterday and said, oh, I can just round those corners or do a bit of inking or put a tab on. I'm doing that while watching a new Netflix series called Sweet Tooth. It's very strange, but I'm quite liking it. Yeah. Right, now they're stuck, I'm going to take that off. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue under this top part. I'm not going to go mad because I intend putting an eyelet through here, so I've got to punch through this. And I like that eyelet idea. I think it'll look good. You can also then hang a little charm off it. Ooh, not too mad. There you go. Right, so that's that. So that will make my life a lot easier now when I come to sew it. So, 2 ticks again. And I'm back. Right, I've got my sewing machine set up. I hope you can see. The thing that holds my camera goes right over the view of where the stitching is. I'm sure you can. I'm guessing you can. I hope the light's not too bright. Anyway, I'm going to start sewing all the way around. I'm going to start here just past that middle bit. I want to try and avoid getting it bunched here. So I'm going to take one of these little clips and I'm going to clip it just before where I'm going to start sewing, and I hope that's going to solve the problem. So when I fold it back out, it should be okay. We'll see, won't we? We shall see. I don't want it to be too... That's it. Right, fingers crossed. Right, I've got like a dark cream cotton in, and I am going for a straight stitch. If necessary, I might go round twice. I've not decided. So I can feel where the edge of the journal is. Yeah, I didn't want to risk using my disappearing pen on the lace. I've not tested it. So yeah, wish me luck. But I can feel the edge, and I'm using a zipper foot to sew straight stitch. I now know it's a zipper foot, so I'm getting the edge of the journal lined up with the edge of that foot, and it gives me a lovely distance. So foot down, let's crack on. And I sort of feel the edge of the card on the journal as I'm sewing to know that I'm still going straight. Right, I've got it on the longest stitch possible, which on my machine is a 4. So let's go, let's see what occurs. It does seem to be bunching a bit, so if it starts to bunch, lift your foot up and smooth it out, then put your foot back down. That's what I tend to do. But obviously make sure your needle is in your fabric when you do that. This is butting up against something I've got behind the sewing machine, which is not good. I need a 10-foot desk, me. So we're still going. So far so good. I think I need one more stitch. Yeah, I'm still in the card. I might go around and do another stitch, you see, that is not on the card but on the fabric. You can't even see this cotton on the lace. I thought it would show up slightly, but it's not showing up at all. Right, that's going to be fabulous. So foot back down, and I'm going to continue sewing. Just check that's okay. Yeah, I'm sort of looking at where the edge is lined up now on these little marks on my sewing machine. Right, it's bunching a bit, so I'm going to lift my foot and smooth it. Just keep doing that. I'm hoping this will work. I've never done this before. Yeah, my distance is still fine. I'm tempted to go backwards and forwards over this bit, but I'm going to put an eyelet in. That should be fine. Right. My distance from the edge of the journal is still good. Normally I'd just slide my machine forward if anything got caught at back, but I've got to stay on camera, haven't I? Right, I'm going to go slow now towards the corner. I think you can see my machine's moving because it's got caught on something behind. Let's see if I can move. That's better. I can feel I'm still going through card. I think that will be good there. Or do I need... No, I think that will be good. So I'm going to turn. Yeah, this needs some more stitching. I'm going to enjoy doing that. So... I'm not whizzing on this one, as you can see. I won't sew my finger, don't worry. She says. good. I'm using these lines as well. Another 1 or 2 stitches, perhaps a half size stitch. So I'm just going to lift up, move that back. That's how I do it. I don't know how anyone else does it. I don't know if it depends on your machine. I can see the front now, and it's looking pretty good. I'm quite liking it. Right. Now I'm going to be careful it doesn't ruffle this as I go over this. And it's starting to, can you see? So lift your foot. I perhaps have more problems with ruffling because of the foot I use, but I really like using this foot so that I can keep the distance I want from the edge. It seems to be bunching again, so... Another 2 or 3 stitches. Yep. Is that okay, or do I need to go one further down? Let me just have a look, see. No, that's near enough the edge, I reckon. And here we go. Bit of bunching going off again. I can't even see where my stitching is there. Let's take that off. Let's see. I'm a lot higher up here with, do you know, I've gone in quite a lot on the front of here, you know. Quite a lot. I'll see what happens. I was keeping the edge straight on there, but what must have happened is that's not overhanging as much. I'm quite happy with that. I quite like it. But I now want to go back round and I want to sew a more wobbly line nearer this edge. So I'm going to just continue it. And you see, I'm not caring whether this is on the edge of the, well, I'm not trying to keep it on the edge of the card, so I'm not too bothered about how straight it is. So let's have another. As I go around here, I want it a bit more straight. Oh, I like this effect. Oh yeah, I quite do. Could I do one more stitch? I don't know. Now let's just wiggle it a bit. I'm going a bit mad now with the speed. One more. I really quite like that. You'll see it properly when I've done sewing. I can whiz down to here. And I'm going to make sure I've got enough room between the 2 lines of stitches to put in that eyelet I want to put. It's going to help strengthen this edge. I'm being careful that doesn't bunch, and it hasn't this time. I'm just going to pull that up because I don't want it. That's better. I'm going to continue down to where I started stitching before. smooth that out again. And I'll continue stitching to the end here. There we go. Right, I can't wait to get this sewing machine off table and see whether this has been an utter disaster. Because until I look at the stitching on the other side, I really don't know. Right. So 2 ticks while I just adjust the camera. In fact, I'll adjust the camera while you're here. I don't need to pause for that. The machine's going on the floor where it lives. And yeah, there we go. You can see. So you're ready to flip. I like how it looks on the front. I really like that. Yeah, you can see it's baggy there, but like I said, once it's sewn in, oh, that cool look. I like it from the front. Let's have a look what happened inside. Oh yeah. Oh, I did go so wonky there, didn't I? Wowzer. And I've not even overlapped my stitches there, have I? That's terrible. Yeah, but who cares? I don't. Yes, I started stitching there and then I've come back. Can you see I've dipped down there, haven't I? It's not going to affect the pocket or anything, and I don't mind that it looks as it does. I might just put one more line of stitching across there to join the two up just to catch all the ends. But on the whole, considering sewing a little bit blind, aren't you, on that lace? I couldn't see the cotton. But I'm quite happy. I'm more relaxed about this journal. Just cutting all my ends off. Right, so that's going to look lovely. I'm loving it. Let's put the insides in it just to see. Oh. I've got it open because I've been rounding off these corners on things. So, oh, yeah, oh, I like it. I like it. I'm wondering if I even need to put an eyelet in there. So, I need to make sure that's level. I think I do still want to put an eyelet in there, just to prevent, if the cotton does break or anything, I wouldn't want that tie coming off altogether. But let's tie it and have a look, see what it looks like. Oh yes. Job's a good one. They're far too long, but that's what the front of the journal is going to look like, and I am really, really pleased with that. It's going to have tags in and I said a writing board in front, you know, but you know, looking at the width of the pocket now, it's not going to be a very big writing board, is it? So I might just hang fire on the writing board. If you're anything like me, you don't like using a nice writing board anyway, because you don't want to ruin the writing board. So I don't know now whether we're doing a writing board, but I'm really, really happy with the look of that journal. We've got pockets front and back, and they're not bagging out, but it's still stretchy enough to get plenty in. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, I hope my trepidation didn't come through too much as I was sewing. But yeah, like I say, I've never done this before, and had it gone wrong, yeah, I would have had to figure out how to put it right. But if it does go wrong when you're sewing, just unpick it and start again. At one point, you know, when I knew it had ran in, I thought, I'm tempted to unpick it. Then I thought, no, I'm being more relaxed. And I'm so glad I went around the edge with this other line of stitching, because I really do think it adds something to it. Right, I will stop waffling now. And yeah, I will be back with the next. You may get another one this weekend. It may be next weekend. I was very over ambitious saying I'd finish the whole project this weekend. I think anyone who knew I were not going to finish it this weekend, didn't they? So yeah, we're probably looking at next weekend, but you never know, you might get something else today. Anyway, I'm really going to shut up waffling, and I'm going to pop off and get something else done. So thank you very much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed that, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.